You probably clicked this video because you want a gaming PC, just like I did when I was your age. And if you already have a PC, this video might still help you in a different way. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you how I actually got the money to buy my first gaming PC. And honestly, this video isn't just for 19-year-olds. It's also for my younger brothers out there who are still dreaming about their first setup. Now, if you have watched my previous videos on this channel, you probably noticed something different already. Yeah, this time it's my actual voice. In the first few videos, I was using AI voiceovers because honestly, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to use my own voice on this channel yet. I was kind of just experimenting and seeing what works. Also, AI sometimes say things in the worst possible way. But recently, I got a new mic. And I thought, you know what, let's just do it. So yeah, and since this video is my personal story anyway, it makes more sense if I tell it myself. So if you haven't watched my previous videos yet, you should definitely check them out after this one. I promise they're actually good. I didn't suffer through editing for nothing. So yeah, go check them out. Alright, so it all starts with when I was 4 years old and I was living in a joint family. My cousins had an Atari and a PlayStation, and that was basically my first introduction to gaming. They used to play games like Donkey Kong, Pepsi Man, and few others that I honestly don't even remember now. But I used to sit there with them and sometimes they would let me play too. Then time passed and PCs started to become more common. My cousins got a PC and now they were playing games like GTA Vice City, House of the Dead, Spider-Man 2001, FIFA, and stuff like that. There were so many games, but I don't remember them all now, but I have played them. Most of the time, I was just watching them play, but every now and then they would let me try as well. So something funny started to happening around that time. I began to understand games a little bit, like when they were stuck somewhere, for example in Prince of Persia or any other game, I would say things like try going there or maybe do this, try this, and that actually worked. I guess that was the moment my game sense was slowly starting to develop. Now I could go into a lot more detail here, but let's fast forward a little bit to the moment when my parents bought me my first PC. It was a Pentium 4 with 512 megabytes of RAM, no graphics card, and it came with one of those square LED monitors. The reason I'm mentioning that monitor is because it actually became important later in the story, so remember it. Alright, so at that time, I didn't actually care about specs at all, and honestly, no one did. For me, it was just amazing that I finally had my own PC and I can play games on it. So I used to play games like Virtual Cop 2, House of the Dead, GTA Vice City, and Spider-Man on it. Me and my best friend had this routine where we would save up a little bit of money and go buy video game DVDs. Then we would share them with each other. And at the time, at school, the guys were always talking about games. Most of the time, I would just sit there and listen to them. And one day, a friend gave me GTA San Andreas. I installed it and I started playing it on my PC. And when I finally finished the whole story of the game, I was so happy that I literally ran across my entire house telling everyone that I completed the game. That was so funny. And that was the moment I realized something. I really loved gaming and I enjoyed playing video games, and honestly that moment was a kind of a turning point for me. Now after some time my PC broke and I was completely cut off from gaming now, and at that time I had zero knowledge about computers and my parents never got it fixed either. So eventually I just had to stop playing, and then time passed. Now I was in high school and I had a classmate who owned a PlayStation 3, and around that time GTA 5 had just been released. I remember him telling me about the game almost every day. Things like how the character flies out of the windshield when the car crashes, and I would just sit there listening to him. I didn't even have a smartphone back then to keep up with the gaming news or videos. My cousins had also grown up by that point. They finished university and basically stopped gaming completely. Now, before some of you guys get confused, let me quickly explain you about the education system in my country. So, 9th and 10th grade are considered as high school. After that comes college, which is 11th and 12th, where you choose majors like pre-medical, pre-engineering or computer science, stuff like that. Alright, let's get back. So at this point, I was in high school. I finally had access to a smartphone but still no PC. So I played a lot of mobile games during that time, and that time honestly some of them were pretty fun, and that time I would say that was a golden time for mobile games like Shadow Fight 2, Fruit Ninja and so many other games, mobile games. And then I graduated from high school and moved into college, and now things started getting a little serious. I am the only son and the eldest among my siblings, so my parents obviously expected me to do something in life. Around that time, my cousin had a laptop that he didn't really use anymore, so I started using it to play games. It was an i3 4th generation laptop with 4 gigs of RAM. Nothing crazy, but for me it was enough to play some games. And around that time, my best friend's cousin introduced me to Minecraft, and we used to play Minecraft together and sometimes Borderlands as well. It was Borderlands 2. And this is also the time when I started watching YouTube a lot. Watching all those videos made me think, maybe I should try becoming a YouTuber too. So I started recording and editing my own videos on that same laptop and uploading them to YouTube. Now obviously those videos were not that good, but the good thing was that I was learning something on my own. That was video editing. Now fast forward again. I finished college, and before university admissions, I had some free time. My parents wanted me to work during that time instead of just sitting at home. So I joined my cousin who runs an e-commerce business. I worked with him and he paid me for that. Instead of spending that money, I started saving it. And I had enough to build my own gaming PC with my own money. It was an i5 3rd generation system with 8 gigs of RAM. And remember that old school LED monitor I mentioned earlier? Yeah, I was still using that same monitor with this new PC. But there was still one problem. I couldn't afford a graphics card yet. Still, I was extremely happy because at least now I finally had a decent PC again. And just to clarify, I was already in my first year of university when I built this PC. At university, I created another YouTube channel and continued editing my videos. I even started doing some live streams. I also joined a media club there, and that decision ended up changing things for me. One day, a guy approached me. He was a freelancer and he was looking for video editors. He asked me if I could edit for him. So he started giving me videos to edit. I worked really hard on those projects and saved the money I earned from them. And eventually I bought my first graphics card. It was AMD R9 270X, a 4 gigs GPU. That was the moment when my PC finally became a real gaming PC. And honestly, that's the story of how I bought my first gaming PC with my own money. Today, my setup is much better than that one, and I'm actually planning another upgrade very soon. If you guys want to know what I'm currently doing to make that upgrade happen, let me know in the comments and I might make another video about it. And honestly, if you're watching this right now, especially if you are younger and you're dreaming about your first gaming PC, trust me bro, I was exactly like you, sitting there watching other people's play, listening to my friends talk about games, thinking maybe one day I'll have my own setup. And I know it feels slow, like it's never going to happen, but trust me, if you stay patient and actually work toward it, even if it's small steps, it does happen. And it took me years, from playing on other systems to having nothing to finally building my own PC piece by piece. And when you finally press that power button on your own PC that you bought with your own money, that's gonna hit different. Trust me. So yeah, just stay consistent, learn something, do something, don't just wait. Your time will come too.